Whoa, now there, world. It's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, coming back with another Mickey flick on the YouTubials. A lot of time when I do this, man, I don't be having I don't know, no topic. I just be trying to freestyle off the dome, right? Or what I will do is I'll piggyback off a conversation I've heard on YouTube to whoever else, da da da, right? So this one is just basically gonna be my take on the proverbial manosphere, which is, basically men talking to other men about the reality of women here in Babylon, right? And like everybody, I myself was duped. Actually, when I was younger, I actually had it right before I unknowingly got put into the matrix, because I really didn't care about women, even though, like, young and horny and whatever, whatever. I really didn't care nothing about it. Like, I would just want to play basketball, and then I dealt with them when I felt like it, and then I kind of feel like I carry them, you know what I'm saying? But it never stopped me from getting them. Or like I was fan for this. Like I'd smash one and then see him next day in the heart and walk right past him, won't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But then and I think this what happened when I started smoking weed and drinking. It actually because I actually like do what I do now. Like I fool people like that. I got an inner, but I don't really fool like most people. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't feel the need to do that because it's fake. But I used to run into issues like beefing with people, fighting, whatever, whatever. So when I started smoking weed, I had a better interaction with people. So I thought maybe this is the ticket, maybe something wrong with me. So now my mom's not as worried, or she don't fuss me out because I'm always getting into it with somebody. Because I'm high and I'm dumbed down. And then in the midst of dumbing down my spirit, it made me more susceptible to the persuasions or the subtlety of influence of those around me. Oh, Cal, man, don't treat them, even though I ain't doing something super crazy. Oh, man, Cal, don't treat them like that, man. Be good to them women. Girl, female, whatever. Then when I did that, I noticed something. When I actually tried to treat them like a human being, they carried the shit out of me, or the same interest wasn't there. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Again, granted, I'm not a woman, so I don't understand none of it. They probably don't even understand. But as far as my take on the manosphere, right, and then, size, because, for me, right, just sizing it up for me, right, because once I discovered I could watch YouTube, like, or subscribe to people's channels, a lot of it was like, the red pill stuff. These various examples of women cheating or taking somebody to the cleaners in the courthouse or whatever, whatever. Then I morphed beyond that. Just like I used to listen to like a few female content creators who would discuss women, and then it just kind of ran its course. Like I don't really need to know how effed up something. I already know it's effed up. I don't need more. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't know, now I finished concrete, I don't need to keep taking classes to finish car. Now you do that now. You know what I'm saying? Then I morphed to the red pill content that had more of a intellectual aspect to it, analyzing the game. You understand me? The trends, the time periods, the so on and so forth. More, I would put like Coach Greg Adams in that. Like he give you the game from an intellectual standpoint, right? Ain't good content, you know what I'm saying? Then I morphed beyond that to red pill content with the spiritual component in relation to the Most High and your spirituality. A lot of them, they didn't really cover the spiritual aspect of it. And that's kind of, where I'm at now. And when you get into the spiritual component of it, it covers all spheres of life, not just women. But women definitely are a big component to a man's life, even if you don't get the desire of such. Now what I've seen basically is just like everything else that come up from a grassroots. When it gets to be to a certain point, it gets co-opted by outside forces, or they'll send the perps in. You know what I'm saying? So now we have, from what I understand, because I've been stopped watching regular manosphere type of stuff. We have manosphere talking points that are very, what do I describe it as? Eloquently described symmetry. Not telling you the really real of the real. So yeah, get your money, da da da. But it's basically saying like do all this stuff to get women, not do all this stuff because you want to do it And then in response to you doing it, you'll attract a certain type of women, or you'll attract women, and because of the work you put in, you'll be able to properly vet these women. Like, everything they do is in respect to getting a woman. I ain't feeling that. And I've been at my various levels of, had my dry spell, like, man, what? But the most honest actually keep me safe, because let's be totally honest. And, shout out to Minister Jack. And it's been apparent to me. Apparent. Learning from the mistakes of others, my own, so forth and so on. And then maybe in the goodness of your heart, you want to hold out hope. Let's be honest. In 2024, here in Babylon, they're corrupted by the wine of Babylon. These bitches ain't shit. So I know these bitches ain't shit. I don't care how she look, no. These women don't want family. Or they want it under their description. These women really, truly don't desire to be faithful. They don't desire any of that. Especially in the social media age. Let's be honest. Now, they might say that, but deep down, no. And you got to know the game to be able to discern when people are just saying stuff and based on what they truly believe, based on how they behave. So I know this, right? And it puts me in a mental, spiritual, emotional quagmire. Because ultimately, ever since I was young, right, for the purposes, not just, I want a wife. No, I'm looking at it from a bigger picture in totality. Which is why I, previously in my younger 20s dealt with single mothers, right? Because I'm looking at the reciprocal action of it. I didn't realize how much I was putting myself behind the 8 ball. I'm thinking, I am who I am. The kid father ain't shit. So maybe I can change the trajectory of these kids' lives and hence the neighborhood by proxy by being in these people's presence. And to a degree I did. Or could, or whatever. Of course, it never turned out well for me. But even females that I've dealt with in the past, like, their kids might be like teenagers now, and they'll still ask for me. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how long I dealt with their mom or whatever the case may be. But now I understand I don't put, and I'm real hardcore with this, I don't put myself in nothing I can't pull out of. I really don't want to operate anything I don't control. Which, and it's, you're insecure, you just want control. You motherfucker really want control, because if I don't have control, it's going to be out of control by default. And all the reverse psychology shaming to, you're insecure, and you can't, fuck no. This not no time for no compromise. This is it. This is what it is. But then I was thinking, taking it a step further, right? Now, Minister J, he talked about dating being, yeah, you can do that, yeah. And I've had experience at work, which kind of helped me, understand where I was at with it. Which I'm pretty dug in, these bitches ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? I shuck and jive with them, but I ain't taking none of them, sir. And I don't want to sleep with none of them, because I know they disgusting. So I'm not really, turned on from that aspect. I'm way past casual sex. I've been out of that for a minute. So where does that leave me? That's the reality of the situation. Unless I get some type of obedient servant, which probably ain't going to happen here in Babylon, I'm not going to deal with any women until Babylon falls. And here's why. That's the only way they'll actually have some get right or some do right. Because circumstantially, they'll be forced to do that. The illusion of the social construct will be wiped away. They'll then see how much they need them, da-da-da. But then, let me take it a step further. So if I play the long game and doing that, I'm still not really getting any quality woman. I'm basically getting a remorseful woman who's still effed up in the game. You see what I'm saying? The only reason she's coming around is because of the circumstances have forced her to do so. But it's not like she's actually, repented of any of her wrongdoing. She's just humbled by the circumstances. So then I feel like it still wouldn't behoove me to deal with them either, because it's not like they have a track record of doing right. You see what I'm saying? Granted, I guess anybody can, I guess anybody can, see the error of their ways, such as myself, take personal accountability, whoop the white wine. But I don't know. I actually think at that point it would be even more dangerous to deal with any of these type of women. Because again, I'm the proverbial, I wouldn't even say the good guy. I'm the guy who's actually trying to live right. And these whores despise righteous men. They despise men with order. They despise a man who knows himself. Which, in a lot, well, I understand women aren't logical. You should want that type of man. But again, in this inverted society, they actually want the emotional, overly stupid, violent, lack of critical thinking skills, so on and so forth, because they can manipulate them based on that. Ain't nobody manipulating me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the only shot I got, and that we'll talk about this one, because this, the whole passport bros and whoop de whoop wham, right? Now I wouldn't consider myself, because I don't put myself in category. I'm not a passport bro. I'm just a bro with a passport. But I'm not going way across the planet to do no tricking. I don't want to do it here. It would be for the purposes of establishing, well, first of all, it'd be for the purpose of going somewhere where I can own something and then begin to produce from the land rather than go work for somebody. Being like a Frank Lucas, where I just go straight to the source and harness the raw materials. And then I'll sell it to you and you can turn it into tars or coffee or whatever the case may be. That's ultimately my plan. You get it from out the mud, literally. But my purpose for that is to go into a culture that is still patriarchal, where the women actually enjoy being women. Now, granted, they're still women, they're still, whatever. But they still desire their families. Like here in America, these women don't desire a family. You gotta figure, and Mr. Jap said this, and I never thought about this. I'm like, yeah, you right, cuz. If a woman will essentially abort her own child, what you think she'll do to you? Ooh, I said, watch out there now. That is my whole giddy up. So my whole plan is to get out the country. Not to go trick, not to go take advantage of someone else's poverty, but to be in an environment that's more conducive to my belief system and what I desire. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tricking here. I don't date here. Ain't nobody here. So I'm damn sure not going clear across the planet to just lose my damn mind. And from what females have told me, or they told other people, and they came back and told me, they know I ain't going for nothing. Like I like to believe these females can just pick that up. They know who they can manipulate, you know what I'm saying? Who they can kind of work over. I'm not in no position to get worked though. I done came too far. To get all the way down this way, to get all the way to the 10-yard line first and go and fumble the ball. Cause you know what I'm saying? Ain't happening. Like I said, this one, I really haven't dealt with no women almost over a decade. Not any meaningful experience I can remember. But as of last year, I dealt with a white girl, white woman, what do you want to call her, from the job. She was fat in a mug and all that. And I wasn't looking at it like she'd be my girl, but I actually thought she could be useful in my campaign. She was, submissive, feminine. She seemed like she wanted to be led. She had cast off certain practices that didn't agree with my spiritual views. Just in talking, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, this could be mutually beneficial. But again, and I remember she told me this, and I kind of was like, no, you don't have to be hit, bro. You can heal like me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's work. But what else you gonna do? Not heal, you know what I'm saying? That's just my mindset. But I didn't realize how broken she was. Cause I only think it was 2 weeks after we started acting with them one another. Like she relapsed. Which, well, I can't fuck with you no more. But I respect that, I dealt with you first. I'm gonna try to get you some help just off GP. But I think because, she had opened up Pandora's box and that other voice was talking to her. Where we're in this, weird kind of spiritual place where, if you need someone, they'll either try to convince you that you need them or guilt trip you for not helping them when they fuck themselves up. I had a homeboy, I had to cut him off around about the same time. Word up. But this has been a solo narrow road, and it looked like it getting even more solo and more narrow. And I'm just girding myself up for the journey. Do I like it? Do I wish things were different? Most definitely. Because I'm actually a loving guy, keep it funky. And I would like to believe hardwired in every man is the desire for companionship. But this game will teach you, desiring companionship will get you laid out here. The love of many has truly grown cold. These women will get off on destroying men as like some notch that I'm some hellfire woman because I was able to destroy you or get you off your focus or path. They don't care nothing about destroying themselves. They just live in the moment. Or not even in the moment, on the emotion, the feeling. This shit is wild, yo. So I'm like Minister Jack now. And I always knew this. Even when I was, back when I was coming up in the 90s, like Too Short and, Snoop Dogg told me, the bitches ain't shit. But I didn't want to believe it. But to this depth and degree, these bitches are despicable. Like, there's no sense in me dealing with them. Because if I deal, I'm going to have to deal with you like a pimp. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't, not that I can't do it, and I have done it previous in the past. I just truly don't believe God want me dealing with somebody like that. So I think he just rather me not fool with him at all. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta do all that, now granted I can put my foot down and, keep my foot on, you know what I'm saying? But just, just beating you, like not beating you, but just mentally taking you down first. You know what I'm saying, man? He'll do that. Nah, I'm out here. I mean, I'll get my Jimmy rocks off on it, but because at one time I was affiliated in that life, and I just quit because it got to my conscience. But sad state of affairs. And part of me want to see kind of wants this to happen, I want to see how everybody act. And that's another reason why I felt the need, and I heard somebody else talk, like, to kind of further, like, restrict myself from people. Like, I've turned down jobs, I don't want to be around nobody. Not that I can't do the work, I just don't feel like being around nobody. Because like I said, there's no more good people anymore. You're either striving towards the Most High and trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Or you're of the world. And the world has a hard pull on it. Especially if you're just now awakening. Like when I first woke up to a degree, which was God turning the mirror around and showing me all my faults. You still have to go through this like transition of identity from what you used to be and who you used to, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't really know who you are now, so it's like that in between place. But I ain't fucking with him at all. I don't know. Sometimes I be wondering if it's too late in the game for people, because he did that to me over a decade ago, and I'm just now at this point. This has been a long, arduous battle. Oh man. It's gonna be terrible. And then not only that, but let's say all these broken women come to me. Oh, we'll submit now. Da da da. What about all the dirt they've done? What about all the dudes they might have gotten locked up or did wrong? They gonna come hunting for them. Hence putting me in a potentially harmful situation. Is it even worth it? I'm even down to doing this with my own child. You on your own. That sounds hard, but this a dirty game. This cutthroat. Because I've had some instances where, full transparency, and she ain't number 13. And she's actively like lied on me to her mother or anybody else in an effort to do whatever it is she want to do because she can't do whatever with me. So, okay, I get it, you want to get your way, I get it. But this is not the first time. This is actually like the third time, this latest one. The guy's not talking. I'm probably gave you 2 strikes too many. So now I'm fully inclined to not even speak to my 13-year-old child, because the way I'm looking at it, I came too far. Now y'all can say whatever, I don't really care. But this is the third time in less than 6 months that you have lied on me or tried to tell on me to either get me in trouble or to have someone else think something so you can do what you want to do. And you're only 13. So, I'm done. Now, I'm under the belief I'm still supposed to, feed her and clothe her and all that. But that's it. We ain't never got to talk again. You'll need me before I need you. But again, growing up in this construct, she's probably seen her mother do that. She just recently moved in with me. You know what I'm saying? She's not used to being held to a standard. She's not used to being told what to do. She's not used to being told no. So when you get told a no or whatever, and I ain't with the back and forth, you don't get to do what you want. Not around me. Now if you want to do what you want to do, don't call me. You gotta train them up, and I'm cool with how it turn out. She come back, she act like she has some sense. Cool. She don't. That's cool too. I don't give up. Cause nobody on earth is gonna stop my campaign. And if I don't get to this point in the campaign, y'all gonna blame me anyway. You the man, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I got, man. I know y'all just seen me smoke a cigarette. I'm working on it. I've been praying and fasting. Pray my strength, and y'all will. I'ma holler at y'all. Ooh, oh.